Welcome back to another video. In this video, as you can see, I have my hay rake behind me, and I went to pick it up and actually brought it there, but now I moved it to here so I can work on it. And what we have to do, all of these kind of rakes, they're all mostly broken, bent, and there is some that are fine, but we couldn't get the same size. We went and actually bought them, and we got this size, which is just a bit longer, by quite a bit, by another 10 centimeters. I desperately did measure some, and some of them were that size, and then some of them were shorter. It's all kinds of mess that they have put on here, so...
Well, that is 50. I measured 39.
Yeah, this is 49, so it's a bit longer. But I think we can make it work. We just have to put it in a steeper angle, and it should still work perfectly fine instead of having it pointing down. I hope that doesn't just bend them up and stuff. But it does have this limiter where it cannot bend further than it's supposed. I'm not sure if it's supposed to go on the ground like this or like this. That is a mystery, so maybe I'll just do some googling before. But the first thing we're gonna get started now is remove all of them, and I already have removed one just to see. So we're gonna remove all of them, and then we're gonna start putting it back on. We're gonna lower it down on the wheels so we know exactly that we have all of them not touching the ground. Maybe this is not the best area to test that, but the fields that we're cutting are also not going to be best case scenario, so we're just going to make sure none of them are poking into the ground too much. They can scratch the ground a bit, but the more you're touching the ground, the more you're breaking them, bending them, and putting force on them. So they are meant to just pick up the hay like from the top. I don't think they're supposed to scratch the ground. So let's get started. Remove them. I guess actually when it's welded like that, it's kind of like okay, that's a problem. You can't get it out of that. Ow.
With your leg.
Punched me a bit. Can't reach it, can I? This thing's a machine. Better already.
It's definitely better than what it was at the start.
Couldn't spin it at the start as well.
No, they need to be...
Huh? Oh no, this way. Oh, this is definitely much better.
No, because then it doesn't make the line. You know? Now it just kind of no. I think the way you had it before is like this. Because it has to make a line, right?
Yep.
So I think that
This one maybe needs to be.
makes more sense.
So it's the next day, and we did go to the store and got them swapped to the actual ones we need. At the start I thought that they're broken, but actually that's how they are. This is the one we got from the store. This is a bit bad example, but that's how they are. So we got left and right, so for one side and the other, so there need to be two different ones, because they have this angle, because they go like this, sideways, so one needs to stick out further. And most of the newer ones now will be all straight sitting, so they don't have this, or maybe there is some that still have this, because you know they still sell these. So yeah, that's what we got now. So now that's the right height, much shorter, and but it is skinnier metal. So the ones we got, of course, those were beefy. In theory we could have cut this same size on the other ones and they would have done the same function, but these have the correct attachment as well, so we can attach them very easily and gonna be no problem. Putting pipes through here seems to be like a trend, kind of. I've seen everyone having pipes through here. We're gonna now do it just on washers, a big washer, and hope that's enough. If not, then we'll have to do the pipes. But for this 2 hectares that we're gonna do, it's gonna be more than enough. So let's get these attached, and then we gotta fix these attachments. And I think that's it. And make one of these legs, because one is missing. So I have the same exact metal, maybe a bit bigger, but it's gonna be enough. I might have to cut and then weld it, because I don't have the one to heat up. I don't have the heating lamp that strong to heat this up red hot, so I can actually bend it as is. So I might just have to angle grind it all the, not all the way in, but like halfway in, bend it, and then weld it back closed. So that kind of be the easiest. So let's get started by attaching these and figure out which way they go. I don't know. How can we bend this back? That's not what you're asking. Correct. This one we need to make. This one is fucking garbage. This one is like, they're like, these two are next to each other, so it's gonna be very fun to see how this actually freaks. that angle is correct. Just this needs to be way higher up. This one here. Okay, now we need the holes drilled. One as well. Bitty Ben. That one is spread. Maybe we could, instead of dropping it to the floor. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Missed! No, missed it!
Yeah. It's okay.
No, no, that's from... Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, and pretty good. It's gonna go like... That's the noise it makes. So we have a few days later and I got the PDO. So the neighbors gave us one and now we're able to run it. I have not tried it yet. I also straightened this, was all bent, and I added here reinforcement angle iron, really fat one. So I didn't do it all the way because this one's really way too big, and it's gonna bother a bit at the removal. So it's gonna be enough to keep it in. And also here was a problem where it was going way too low. This is kind of a locking pin that keeps this one from popping out. So this one here was going way too low, so I welded on 2 plates there, inside and outside. So that's all ready. So let's now fire it up and see how it runs. Feels like this wheel here is a bitty bent, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. This side is a lot lower than that side. It's the whole assembly is a bit bent, so I don't know how easily that can be fixed in any way. So we're just gonna have to run it and see. Feels like they're really running into the ground here, but we'll see once we start driving, because this is a hill here, so it's really hard to tell how it's actually gonna perform. Maybe we need to put that wheel just a bit lower even, and then it's gonna work good. So let's first try it, and then we'll see if we have to adjust the wheel. So, as you saw, it was working good, and we were able to actually make some lines. This yellow one still, I feel like is going a bit too high, so I'm gonna lower it by one more adjustment, the wheel. It would be good if they were hydraulic wheels like on the new ones, but we're working with what we have. And I think for what it is, it was working pretty good. And I think we're gonna handle it no problem this season. And I see whenever they have lines like this, like when they're a bit messed up, someone goes either behind the press and just pulls it and then adds it in front, just with a hand rake. But yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. And yeah, we're gonna go move on to the press. And the last thing is gonna be the cutter, which is right behind me. But the press is now more important. I don't think you have seen what exactly we have gotten as a press. So make sure you subscribe not to miss the next video. And we're gonna move on to the press, probably starting today. But yeah, hope you enjoy. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.